Olympic gold medalist Alex Kopacz is used to being out of breath behind his bobsled. But last year, when the then 31-year-old caught COVID, he felt his breath taken away like never before.
I was in hospital for 5 days. I was having oxygen for about, I want to say it was almost 2 months.
It took about 4 months after he was released, Kopacz says, before he could breathe normally again. At Western University, scientists are now a step closer to figuring out why.
So these people look normal clinically, and their chest CTs were also quite normal.
Lead researcher Grace Parega and her team used a special MRI, 5 times more sensitive than a CT scan, to zoom in on Kopacz's airways.
What we found was that exchange of oxygen from the air and the alveoli into the red blood cells was abnormally low.
Red blood cells are responsible for the transportation of oxygen from your lungs to the rest of your body. Any disruption in this flow triggers your brain to command the lungs to breathe more, resulting in a feeling of breathlessness. Of 34 unvaccinated participants in Western's study, only 12 of them who had been hospitalized by COVID all had the same abnormality.
Having an identifiable abnormality that fits with their symptoms is satisfying versus everybody, being labeled as somebody who's suffering from long COVID and, people telling them it's in their mind. It's a cognitive thing.
Now researchers hope to understand why COVID is causing this abnormality. More than a year after his bout with the virus, Kopacz, who has recovered, hopes identifying the trigger will lead to treatments.
And knowing the severity of some of these diseases might give us better tools to work with the recovery process.
Shedding light on a disease we still know very little about. Jamie Maurachers, Global News, Toronto.